This is the biggest game of the season thus far, at least on paper. 7-0 Clemson travels to 6-0 Notre Dame, where Notre Dame has won 22 consecutive home games. Guess what? That's going to change, Coach. Clemson's favored by 5.5 points, and you got to look at their quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei. We're just going to call him the Big Cinco to make it a lot easier for everybody because that's his nickname. I like the way he played last week. 342 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, rushed for 25 yards on the ground, and scored a touchdown. I look at Clemson's defense. They're going to be much better this week than they were last week against Boston College. They'll put it together. And if you look at this football team, they've got the best running back. They've got the best offensive line, even though Notre Dame's got a good one. And even without the best quarterback on the planet that's going to be the first pick in next year's draft, Trevor Lawrence not playing, it's going to be the luck of the Irish again, but they're not going to get it done. I've got Clemson winning and covering in this game, Coach, 41-30.
Oh, Mark, I tell you right now, I have so much faith and confidence in your judgment, your decision, and you go and make some statements like that. There's no way in this world. Now, first of all, I'm going to refer to the quarterback as, I think it's DJ. I think that's his nickname. The first DJ, and he did have a wonderful opening ball game. And he is 6'5", he's 250 pounds. He looked like a tackle that got lost coming out of the huddle. I understand that. But, Mark, it's been my experience. If you start a quarterback in the first game, he'll usually play pretty well. The second week, not as much. Going up against Notre Dame, he's going up against an excellent defense. Notre Dame is a very solid football team, Mark, whether you're talking about the ability to run the ball, the ability to throw the ball, on book, etc. Boston College gave them all they wanted to handle. I think that Clemson is overrated at the present time. Their offensive line's not near as good. ETN, who I think is one of the best backs, he had 606 yards rushing this year. But let's remember this. The running back Williams for Notre Dame has rushed for 600 yards, only 6-yard difference between the two. When you look at it being at home in a big ball game, you tell me the last time Notre Dame lost a big ball game at home. I'm talking about the only one I can remember is Southern Cal with a Bush push. That's the only time Notre Dame lost. Whether you're talking about Florida State, Miami, or even Clemson coming in, Notre Dame prevailed 31-24.
You're talking about the number one team in the country. You're talking about a team that came back from adversity last week, down 18 points, finding a way to win with a true freshman quarterback in his first start. You can't tell me that that doesn't impress you. Even though they're playing at Notre Dame at home, even though Notre Dame will have the advantage, they'll probably have their own officials that are local guys that are from South Bend. Knowing Notre Dame, that's what they normally do. But I still like Clemson to win this game because they're battle tested.
But I'll tell you what, Mark, Notre Dame is a balanced football team. Their defense is outstanding. Their secondary is excellent as well. And you look at Book, you look at Williams, the running back, they're big, strong offensive line. They can protect the passer. Very seldom do they even get any pressure on the passer at Notre Dame, let alone sack him. I understand that Notre Dame has not played a winning team this year. But by the same token, they have not been challenged in any stretch of the imagination. I look for Notre Dame to play an excellent ball game. They're at home. I can feel the excitement now. And trust me, Notre Dame prevails, Mark.